There is no paint anywhere on the shroud. We were looking for that. In 1978, an elite team of scientists came to Italy to study the shroud to answer just this question. What formed the image on the shroud? They found out that there is no paint, no pigment, inorganic or organic, no varnish, no dye, and get this, no directionality, no brush strokes whatsoever. Whatever this is not human artwork.
If science were to prove that the Shroud of Turin wasn't made by human hands, and that the man depicted died in the 1st century in the Holy Land, the question of the first images would be resolved.
In 1978, when interest in the Shroud was at its height, he led a large team of scientists to Turin, where they examined the Shroud for a week. No one since has secured such full access to the cloth. Significant amounts of different types of data were extracted. Jackson became the primary custodian of this data, and he has continued the work. Only now does he feel ready to share his findings. The bloodstains on the back and front of the cloth match exactly where they should.
Place it over the three-dimensional man that we have here. Now, I'm going to pull this intentionally straight. And I would like you to notice, first of all, that this blood stain right here which is this at the bottom of the feet, is totally...
It's hanging off the end.
Yeah, it's totally off image. Look what happens when we make the hands align properly. Yeah. Look now what happens to the blood stain at the bottom of the cloth.
That matches.
Roll it back.
It's exactly where a nail would have been. We're going in now to a close-up of the darkest part of the image, the nose, and further to a microscopic picture of the same area.
The image is only on the surface fibrils of the cloth. These fibrils, which are on the order of the size or the diameter of a human hair, these are the fibrils that are twisted together to make threads. If you look, these fibrils are individually colored. They bear that color that is the body image at the microscopic level. Notice that those fibrils are not cemented together by any kind of paint.
A new analysis by Italian scientists of the Shroud of Turin using X-ray technology proves that the famous cloth dates back 2,000 years, contrary to the medieval origin suggested by the disputed 1988 carbon-14 analysis.
Unique image, three-dimensional relief, the front and the back of a whole human being. Only one in the world. No other.
There are other striking anomalies as well. For example, it has long been known that in addition to the explicit detail of the body image, there are also other images that were somehow transmitted onto the fabric.
Professor Avinoam Danin, the world's authority on the flowers of Israel, and took some of our photographs out there. When I handed the photograph that I'd first applied the flowers on to him without indicating what we'd actually found, he looked at it for about 15 seconds and said, "Those are the flowers of Jerusalem." He immediately knew that this was a unique finding.
But once Dr. Weiner began looking closer and found that there were small coins on each eye.
I had enlargement and made the excellent photographs he had of the shroud and noticed the patterning over the right eye. On enlargement of this, he noticed that there were letters which he interpreted as U-C-A-I and something that looked like a shepherd's crook. This is typical of the lepton or the widow's mite struck by Pontius Pilate. We can identify the particular coin and know the origin as well as the date, which back to the 1st century.
With new modern technology, experts created a face reconstruction of the man that was under the shroud.
The mysterious Shroud of Turin is something that has baffled scientists for years and been a source of great wonder to faithful all over the world. And now, here at the Cathedral of Salamanca in Spain, a new exhibition has been launched that aims to portray, like never before, the body that was wrapped in that shroud. Inside the cathedral, the exhibition is on display, showing various paintings and items to illustrate the last days of Jesus' life. Alvaro Blanco is a Spanish art expert and the man behind the entire project.
What makes this exhibition special is that after 14 years investigating the Holy Shroud, we have reached a point where it's no longer a debate of science, but more a debate of reality. We know that the shroud was wrapped around a body of a man, and now we have reproduced that man.
Much work has been done throughout the centuries to try and confirm or disprove the authenticity of the actual Shroud of Turin, but never before has such painstaking work been put into recreating a life-sized model of the man who would have been under it.
For the first time in history, the image we have created on the shroud lacks the influence of an artistic movement. It is not Romanesque, it is not Gothic, it is not Michelangelo, it is not Renaissance, no. This is reality.